If they cross and freeze, drop some dopamine, please. The body language mistake that kills deals and the brain hack that saves them. What if one tiny body language signal could reveal everything you need to know about whether the deal will close, a pitch will land, or a date's gonna go anywhere? Negotiation researchers have found something fascinating. When people cross their legs during high-stakes conversations, deals become significantly less likely to close. We're talking about a body language barrier that can kill momentum before you even know it's happening. And today, I'm teaching you exactly how to spot the signal and how to flip it with one unforgettable principle. When legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. Let's go. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my podcast today in the driver's seat with me, Janine Driver.
Are you ready for one of the coolest podcasts on the web? Janine Driver, she's an expert on body language, persuasion, emotional intelligence, decision-making hack. This is In the Driver's Seat with Janine Driver.
Welcome back to In the Driver's Seat. I am Janine Driver. I'm sharing with you techniques that I teach to top corporate titans today. And here's the deal. I believe that most deals are won or lost before the pitch even starts. First, let's take a pause right now. Look around. Anyone has crossed legs? Do you see anybody? Wherever you're listening to this or watching it, tag them in this episode. I'm serious. Do it. I watched this happen in real time at a billionaire's dinner party a week ago. There were about 62 guests, gorgeous home, sophisticated crowd, gorgeous view. Across the room, I spotted two people starting up a conversation. She was kind of smiling, and it looked like they had good eye contact and open arms for both of them. But her legs, they were crossed at the ankles while standing. Most people wouldn't think twice, but I asked someone nearby, hey, what's going on over there with those two? The billionaire brought the guy over to see the girl. I'm like, what's happening? And this woman, the billionaire's assistant, said,
the CEO thinks they might be a good fit.
I said, yeah, not happening. Her legs are crossed, her body's closed, and this deal's not closing, at least not yet. Now, fast forward 40 minutes. Had you been there with me and these other guests, you'd have seen she uncrossed the legs. Her body angled towards him, and they started laughing. I turned to the CEO's executive assistant, and I said,
hey, look, the tide just turned. That guy's got a shot now.
What changed? Her body language. This means her brain changed too. And here's the thing. This is often learned the hard way. Early in my career, I lost a huge contract because I was so focused on what I was saying, I completely missed that my client had been sitting with his legs crossed for over 20 minutes. I was talking to a wall, and that failure taught me everything I'm about to share with you. Today's episode is about one of the most misunderstood and most powerful cues in communications, the crossed leg. Because here's the thing, posture doesn't lie. And my signature mantra for this is if they cross and freeze, drop some dopamine, please. Let me explain. The brain plus the body, what's really happening. When someone crosses their legs, their body is unconsciously doing 4 things. Number 1, protecting. The crossed leg is subtle guarding. It's the limbic system, that part of the brain that handles safety and threat detection. It says something here isn't quite right. 2, withdrawing. The direction they cross matters. If their legs cross away from you, their interest in emotional engagement might be drifting too. Number 3, big one, lowering dopamine. Dopamine, we've talked about this before, is the reward chemical. Whether we're excited or emotionally aligned, dopamine flows. But when our legs cross, it signals our brain to pause pleasure and initiate caution. Number 4, disengaging logic. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic analysis and decision-making, slows down. Blood flow shifts away from the decision center and into defense mode. You've now lost access to yes. So, even if the person is smiling, even if they're nodding, the brain is no longer open to close. Remember, when legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. What not to do. You don't call it out. You don't try to overpower it. You don't go into quote unquote convince mode. Instead, you drop dopamine. Think about it. Shift the chemistry. You activate curiosity. You restore flow. And you do it with this. Quote,
If they cross and freeze, drop some dopamine, please.
I know it's cute. I like rhymey things, but it's clinical. Here are 5 real tools you can start using today when it matters the most in a negotiation or a deep conversation where you want something. The 5-step sales reset strategy. Number 1, motion unlocks emotion. Say something like, quote,
Want to walk through this really quick?
or quote,
Can I show you something across the room?
change your physical state. Even by a few feet, reduces the limbic tension and reactivates the prefrontal cortex, that decision-making part of the brain. Movement tells the brain, this is flow, this is safe, this is progress. In law enforcement, we know we get more confessions walking from the interrogation room back to the jail cell or from the jail cell to the police car. Why? Because that act of moving, we're not sitting down, crossed, holding onto the chair, having their legs locked underneath the legs of the chair. We walk with our friends. So I say, move their body, move their mind. 2, surprise beats disguise. Let me explain. Interrupt the pattern with something novel. Try something like, quote,
Want to hear something wild?
I don't know if you know Brad Lee, last name Lee. He always says, you want to hear something cool? I'm always like, yeah, what? That spike in novelty hits the reticulating activating system, that RAS. It's your brain's attention filter. And when that's activated, it makes you feel alert and engaged. We talked about this with people saying your name at the beginning of a sentence instead of the end. That buys you 30 to 90 seconds of renewed focus. The brain buys what it thinks it can choose. Offer a micro choice. Say something like, whoa.
Would you rather see how this works for startups or for Fortune 500 companies?
Quote,
Want the high level or the deep dive information?
the moment they choose, they shift from resisting to engaging, from sales defense to curiosity mode. 4, the body tells you when to move forward. When their legs uncross, like that VIP party I just went to, and we saw the woman uncross her legs, and their torso angles towards you. When their hands become animated, that's your green light. Re-engage, reframe, invite to the next step, over. When legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. 5, lock it in with the line. Say it out loud with me. Quote,
If they cross and freeze, drop some dopamine, please.
say it again, because it's not just a rhyme. I want this to get in your head. This is a brain-body protocol for reactivating a frozen conversation. Real-world proof. The $2 million test. Yeah. 2.5 months ago, I was in a boardroom. It was a $1.8 million deal on a table for me to be a consultant for a huge company. CEO walks in. 10 minutes into the presentation, I watch her cross her legs, not just cross them, but lock them. Ankle over knee, hands gripping the chair. My assistant who's with me keeps, pitching numbers. I'm watching her body language. And the more I see it, the more defensive the CEO is getting by the minute. I interrupt. Quote,
You know what? Want to see how this plays out in your competitor space that's, not too far up the street from you here in California?
we walked to the window. I pointed out where their building is over in that direction. I started telling a story about their recent expansion. Within 45 seconds, her legs are uncrossed. Why? Because I got her to stand up, move your body, move your mind. And as we moved to the window, she's asking questions instead of defending. When legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. Now, I haven't closed that deal yet, but I'm a step closer. Hollywood moments that show this science. Let's go old school. The Pursuit of Happyness, Will Smith's character, enters that interview with everything against him, right? But his body language is open, legs grounded, arms uncrossed. The result? Empathy before logic, trust before proof. Damages. I don't know if you've seen this, but Glenn Close versus Marcia Gay Harden. Oh my gosh. There's a scene where both women sit across from each other during a negotiation. And guess what? Both brilliant, both calculated, both fierce, and both have their legs crossed. Even watching the scene, I'm like, yep, this isn't happening. It's not going to close this deal. Even in a show, the conversation is polite, kinda. The tone is sharp, but the deal, yeah, it doesn't close. I'm going to play it for you. Watch this.
I'm authorized to offer a settlement. Are you amenable?
Throw out a number. We'll see.
No, I don't work that way. It's a waste of time. I offer a number, you reject it. You offer a number, I reject it, and on and on and on and on. It's so boring.
Well, no one says it has to be boring. Surprise me.
Let's talk about why you're really trying this case. You don't care about our wounded shareholders.
I don't? What do you think I care about?
Daniel Purcell. He embarrassed you. He flipped on the stand. You want revenge. My boss doesn't understand that. He thinks that you're motivated by greed, like the rest of the world. But I get it. I get revenge. So I know that you don't want to settle no matter what the price.
That's very astute.
Good. Because I don't want to settle either. See you in court.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Why were you defending a hooker on a cocaine charge?
Because she needed a lawyer.
Why didn't Finn Garrity need a lawyer?
Finn Garrity? I don't believe I know who that is.
Well, mention that name to your boss. And whatever settlement figure he's authorized, tell him to triple it. And we'll start boring each other from there.
What just happened? You saw it play out, right? Even the movies or TV shows, you're like, yeah, this isn't going to close. It's like they're saying, I'm not ready. I don't trust this. I'm not moving, quote unquote. That scene is a masterclass in crossed leg communication. Rewire your influence. This isn't just sales. This is leadership conversations, dating and relationships, parenting, tough talks, hiring decisions, conflict resolution, high stakes meetings. Every human interaction is filtered through the brain's need for safety, novelty, autonomy. And the body is the first clue. When legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. Your challenge this week. This week, I want you to, number one, notice the first person who crosses their legs in a meeting or a pitch. And I don't want you to react. I want you to pivot. Using motion unlocks emotion. Can you move their body and move their mind? Drop one curiosity grenade with a surprise beat in disguise. Offer a micro choice because the brain buys what it thinks it can choose. Watch out for body language to open and then move forward. And tag me on social media. I want to hear all about it. Your leg cross deals on pause moments. Share your wins with me because the moment you start reading bodies instead of just hearing words, you're no longer guessing. You're now guiding the negotiation, the tough conversation. All right, my friend, if this landed for you, send it to your sales team, share it with your leadership crew, text it to that one friend who still thinks legs crossed means, quote,
they're just getting comfy,
end quote. And if you use these mantras this week, record it, quote it, tag me, hashtag legs open deals happen. Let's get more people out of autopilot and into the driver's seat. Thanks for watching me over on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast channel. Remember, when legs cross, deals pause. When legs open, deals happen. I'll see you next time. Have fun. Bye now.
Thanks for tuning in to In the Driver's Seat with Janine Driver. Use these insights to make your life easier and relationships stronger. Remember, you matter and belong, and you're not alone on this journey. Until next time, keep driving forward. Bye now.